Live and direct to your inboxes. It's episode 9, basically Monday. People say that you can't make mistakes when you're live, but here's a little secret. This is take two. So, but yeah, episode 9, live, like we said, like we promised. Back here with Valero and John, the crew. How you guys doing?
I
Pretty
am
good. Pretty
terrible.
good.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're you're terrible,
No,
man. You
I'm
can't
doing
be
great.
terrible.
Happy to be alive.
Yeah, man. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost the end of the year, and we're all still here, so I feel like that's something worth celebrating. And I have a particular fondness for all months ending in ER, so this is like my part of the year coming up. Um,
Wait, really?
yeah, yeah, really.
Is that because of
Yeah.
anything specific, or is it just like
No, I
you
just
like
like
ER?
no, I just like the vibe of all the months that end in ER.
Oh,
Is it
okay.
because
Yeah.
your birthday
I
is in one of those months?
yeah.
No, that's just a
I, s-
coincidence.
I still can't quite tell
Even
if
if my
like
birthday was in like July, I would still prefer like fall and winter.
Yeah,
I
I mean, it's a
I'm
good
still
time.
not like super clear on if you mean like you like the vibe of like the word of the month or if like you like how people like is it the seasons? Is it how people like act in those months? Like what is it about those months?
Yeah, I like how people carry themselves.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I
Yeah,
can see that.
yeah,
You like how people carry themselves.
yes.
Like what?
In the
Like how are they
herbs.
different? They're like more like cheerful with holiday joy. It's like,
No, I
haha,
would say
Merry
that.
Christmas, neighbor.
No, I would say that people are a little more, mm, I don't know, like reserved.
Yep,
Kind of
absolutely.
like, uh, I don't know, like more likely to be reflecting on everything that happened in the year and not want to be an asshole to you. Although there are those people that are just going to be an asshole no matter what. But I feel like in the summer, you are 10 times more likely to run into an asshole
Yeah.
because
That's true.
Yeah, that's very true.
like during the day, you just like go out and like get into dumb shit. And then like eventually, like you're going to do something stupid. So it's just the way it happens.
Yeah.
And I like to avoid people doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
So
I love when people don't talk to me too. It's great.
yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah, I get
But
it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know
Uh
for sure in Milwaukee, like there's literally less gun violence in the winter than there is in the summer. Like, and most of the gun violence is just when people get into arguments. So like, there are literally less arguments in the winter than there is in the
That's
summer.
that's
yeah,
because
have you
all
So
the
ever tried
gun
crazy.
to like
all the guns are
fire a
jammed.
pistol with
Yeah.
like a frozen finger? Not
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the guns are just completely jammed in the winter.
Yep.
So do you think we all live in like the northern states where like there is definitely a winter and like definitely a summer, but like do you think like in all like the warmer areas, like where there is no real big difference between winter and summer, do you think like people act different there during fall?
Yes. But only because they're like consuming media that changes with the seasons too.
Mm. I think I
So,
Interesting.
would assume that like small things that are small to us, like with seasonal changes, are like heavily like drastic. It's like super drastic and like drawn out for people who are used to like one temperature throughout the whole year. Like I know some people from Texas when like like when it does something crazy like snow there, they're just like freaking out
Yeah, that's true.
because like it's crazy. Like there's just not any infrastructure there for like that's even capable of like handling long-term snow.
Yeah,
Like
or even like short-term snow almost.
yeah, basically.
I hear
So like
about
none of
like
them,
it's
especially
snowing
if
a
you
half
grew
an
up.
inch and they close down the whole city. Like, wow.
Yeah, yeah. So especially if you grew up there, it's like you've never even driven in the snow. It's just like, what do you do? Like it's a completely new learning experience for you. So yeah, I would assume that they have to act a little different because I don't know. At least for winters or like changes in the seasons that are just like on the extremes that they weren't expecting. I would have to imagine that their lives probably get a little bit more difficult. Whereas for us, it's just like, yeah, that's just normal. Like 10 feet of snow, just right there next to me. Okay.
You know, it's funny because like there's like I feel like there's a difference in like the cultures and like maybe like richness of countries near the equator where there like is no difference between summer and winter and not near the equator where there is a difference like literally like all of South America like I don't want to like say bad things but like definitely not on like the top tier of like the top richest countries uh
Oh well,
in the
yeah,
world
yeah. That's just
except
yeah.
for like Argentina is like pretty well off somehow and like sure enough it's the most southern it's like the southernmost country in South America so they definitely get like mega winters and stuff and like Canada like here in the like in the northern hemisphere of the Americas like everyone's like dude take me to Canada like everything is awesome there like but they have like winter all the time. So maybe like the snow really does change people.
So
Like
what
it
you're
forces you to stay
saying,
home or something. I don't know.
what you're saying is the sun is bad. Got it. I'll stay inside.
Yeah,
That
sounds
that
about
sounds
right
great
to
to
me.
me.
Yeah, math adds up to me.
Yeah, probably.
Fuck that
I mean,
No,
sun.
but that's completely true what you said. Like it's like the closer you get to the equator, the less opportunity that you have. And I'm not sure if that has something to do with the agricultural revolution back in the day, because I'm probably talking out my ass right now. I don't know like how easy or hard it is to grow stuff by the equator, but I'm just gonna guess it's not as easy by as like by I don't know, like here.
Canada?
Yeah. So
But how would it be? That's funny because like how would it be harder if like it's summer all the time? That's growing season all the time, isn't it?
you still need your soil to be like moisturized and like have nutrients and stuff.
Yeah, you need like the floodplains. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I was listening in history. Oh man. But
So this long story is winter kills off all the bad people.
I mean I guess so.
No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, kind of. Like, maybe not all the bad people, but it kills off everyone who wasn't prepared for winter.
True. But speaking of crazy winters, Valero, you were just in Chicago where they were acting crazy in those hot summer nights in Chirac. So
Yeah, it was
I
not
kind of wanna
winter.
I kind of wanna I wanna hear about this.
So, yeah, me, I was sending both of you guys so many snaps that night. Like, you're probably like, what the hell? Like, I never get Snapchats from this guy, but suddenly, just one day, I'm getting like 40 million Snapchats.
Yeah.
I was just sending this out like crazy. So, like, my wife bought, uh, like super sweet tickets to see the Kalani concert. It was like box seat, like away from everyone else, like top center row, like literally it doesn't get any better. Like it's like perfect. So we're like away from everyone else already, but it's already pretty hot in here. So like we get there like just in time to see Kalani get on, and she's like an R&B singer for those of you who don't know this. But yeah, it's like super hot. And I want to say like literally probably by like the second song, like yeah, by the second song, she was like someone threw up in like the front row, like and she stopped the show and she's like, hold on, I've never had this happen before. She's like, do you need like some paper towels or like a water or something? And then security was just like, oh, again, and they rushed over there. It's like kind of like hustled her away. And she's like, okay, all right, continue. So she like continued on that song and finished it. And then like the next song, there was like she was like talking to the audience like right before like her next song and then um like there's these people I didn't even understand what was happening but there was these people like trying like shining like their lights like they took out their lighters and their cell phone lights and like they were just like waving it like crazy like and she was like hey those people over there she's like security security and she's I was pointing at the people who are like have these lights going on I was like why is she like trying to kick these people out like they're just like shining lights like who cares what they're doing but then I realized those people were trying to get her attention because someone near them had passed out because of like it was just too goddamn hot in there. So so this happened like probably like I want to say a total of like 6 to 8 times throughout the night. So like she couldn't get through like more than 2 songs. Not even. She couldn't get through a whole song basically without someone passing out. And like the only way they can get security's attention apparently is to shine the lights at the singer, and the singer has to then stop the song and say security. Like there were even moments where like she was singing a song and she made calling security like a part of the song. Like I wish I knew her songs like well enough to like redo it, but she was like singing. She's like security, security. She's like someone right here in front of us, like, and then she's like seriously right here, right there, and like security's like okay, so they got her. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, and she only performed for like an hour and a half. She's like, you know what, I'm gonna just try and wrap this up quick. Normally I go like way longer, but you guys are dropping left and right, so I'll wrap this up.
Damn.
And I will say it was hot in there. Like there were times like I wasn't drunk. I was basically completely sober, and like. I was like so hot that I was feeling like I was gonna pass out at certain points. And I was sitting in a chair in a booth by myself. Like, not by myself, but just me and my wife. Like, that's that's crazy. Like, if you were on the floor with all the crazy people who were just like screaming and like drunken around, and if you were like super drunk up until that point, because like, who goes to a concert sober? I don't know what I was doing. That was a slight mistake, but like, still, who goes to a concert sober? Like. So yeah, I could imagine that people were probably
See, that's that summer shit I was talking about. That's what you want to
yeah.
avoid. You don't want to. That's the last place you want to pass out. Think about passing out, and then name me the top three best places to do it. Like what? Your bed, maybe like at a friend's place, in a hospital, and then like
Actually, there you go. Yeah, yep.
and like probably like the top three worst places would be a concert or I don't know, a wedding. What would be the third one?
A
I
funeral?
honestly didn't even think of a concert until this like really happened.
A
It was
funeral?
like
Maybe
hell.
maybe a funeral.
Yeah, like
Although
if
people,
you passed out and like into the casket.
oh geez, yeah, that's
Basket.
bad news.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There it is.
That's hilarious. In
Or
front of like, a big company outing where you're the newest person there and you're just about to introduce yourself.
yeah, that's a good one
Yeah.
too.
Basically. Yeah, have you
Okay,
guys ever seen the video of like the BMW, like I guess he was like a CEO or something, and he was giving some big presentation at some big like automobile like conference, then he just passed out right there. Just right in
no, I
front of the
didn't see
stage.
that.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
definitely didn't see
That's
that.
wild stuff. Go look that
Can,
up if you haven't
can
seen
you
it.
imagine passing out like okay, like still at a funeral, but like instead of into the casket, like what if you passed out in front of the casket as they're lowering it?
Oh man.
Like in the
No, that's
hole,
Just
not even
in
real.
the
like
It's
ground.
like
movie stuff.
into the hole.
No, that would never happen. I guess it's probably happened.
I feel like they must have you stand far enough away where like that
Do
wouldn't accidentally happen. Because
do
I'm
they?
sure there are people who are like trying to touch the casket as it's going down, and like, what if you're like accidentally get pinched in between there? And like, I'm sure there's got to be some sort of like tape they put up real quick, like stand behind this little fence. Like it just takes 4 sticks and like 20 feet of tape, and you can save yourself from so many lawsuits. I feel like that should be something they would do. I don't
I,
know,
I
but
bet
I'm
they
just
just make you
guessing.
sign like an all-encompassing waiver if you have anyone working a funeral. They're just like, we're not liable. Just that's basically the only thing the waiver says. We're not liable, and then sign your name
Like
here.
if you die and fall into a grave as we're burying it, and we just leave you there, we're not liable.
Yeah, we're not liable. You sign it away. Like they just come to you and shoot you straight in the head. They're just like, we're not liable.
Dang.
Yeah, they shoot you straight in the head. We're not.
We're not liable.
God.
Yeah, yeah, we're here today to celebrate the life of your loved one, but remember, we're not liable.
Yeah, but
We're
remember,
not liable.
yeah, but remember, we're not liable.
Oh my God. Yeah, so that was nuts. Like, so then we got out of there and like we went back to the hotel room and like just like went to sleep because we're old. and stuff. So um that's just, so we wake up at like I want to say it's like 2:50, almost 3 a.m. and it sounds like there's a racetrack. And this hotel is like right like smack dab downtown like Chicago. Like it's like one block from like the Bean or whatever. Like for those of you that know Chicago, it's
The
at like
Bean.
the shiny bean or whatever.
Yeah, them's my
So
Uh
stomping
for
grounds. No,
for
I have no
someone
idea.
that's never been to Chicago, like the city, and has only heard about Chicago like in the media or the news or something like that, can you just like describe the area that you're like hanging out in most of the time?
I mean, it's literally like, like for me, like the only other thing I've ever experienced like this area was New York City. And like New
Okay.
York City was like bigger than Chicago even. So like I can't think of any other major city I've been in, and I haven't been to LA, so I don't know what that's like.
I guess
Um,
the point I'm trying to make is, was this the part of town where you would expect something dangerous to happen?
Oh, I mean, like I guess not. I don't know Chicago super
No,
well, but like
no.
it's smack
The
dab
answer is no.
downtown.
The answer is
Yeah,
no,
right.
no.
This should be no, right? That's it.
Definitely not. I mean, it
Dude,
it could it could happen, but it's a lot less likely where he was.
so like, yeah, we hear this like racetrack. It literally sounds like we're next to a racetrack, and I'm just thinking like I looked at like the map, like all over this area. Like there's no racetrack near here. Like the stadium is even like it's like probably like almost a mile away, maybe like a half mile at best. And it shouldn't sound like it's right like inside the hotel room. It was literally so loud. It was obnoxious. So like apparently, so like we both get up because we both get waken up by this. We look out the window and like there's just like people like running around in the street in like all different directions it seems. Like you don't know whether they're running from something to something and they're running in both directions. It's just weird. So then there's like a traffic jam also outside the hotel and we're like on the 14th floor. Um and we're not facing the front of the hotel. We're like on the side of it so we can see the front of the hotel like that street, but we can't see everything. So like I'm pretty sure what had been happening. And I could see like this one corner. I don't think it was the best corner, but it was like one of the corners they were doing it on. But like it seems like a bunch of people, like a huge gang of like car people, like took all their like sports cars and like muscle cars and stuff, and they like literally parked and blocked all the lanes to the streets coming in of like these two intersections. And like and cause like a traffic jam and then like put all like their sports cars that were gonna like tear shit up like in the middle and like they just started letting them do donuts and like started street racing and I think they must have done more than two intersections because you could literally hear them street racing like they were going they're like you can hear the cars like they started near us and they were going like miles and you can hear multiple cars just burning like metal to the floor like engine as loud as it goes. It was crazy. So like yeah, I was
So,
sending you guys. Oh, go
so
ahead.
when did Vin Diesel show up?
Apparently, my wife said she heard. I couldn't hear. My hearing is not this good, but like she said, she heard someone with a loudspeaker say, "Welcome to Chicago," and they're like,
Wow. Yeah,
like,
you literally saw Fast and the Furious live,
yeah,
like with your own eyes.
that's 100% what that was. It took the cops like maybe like 10 to 15 minutes to get there because they couldn't get through with all the traffic that they caused. It was crazy. And like once they got there, like everyone just scattered and like the cops were like, please vacate the area. Like everybody disperse. Like it was like yeah, that was wild. Like yeah, people were doing donuts. I have it on Snapchat, a video of it. This guy just doing a donut in the intersection in the middle of downtown Chicago with like the whole thing blocked off so like no one could like get in the way. Like he almost hit someone, like but like maybe that was just normal for him. But still, like that was crazy. Yeah, I
He
should
thought
have
that
went
was part of it.
upstairs.
He was like, "Oh, I would get a bonus if I would have hit that guy."
Yeah, cha-ching.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that was crazy. Chicago is a wild place, man, but it was fun. I would go back.
Yeah. Imagine wherever city that you live, like the nicest museum or like fine dining restaurant, and then go there at 11 p.m. and imagine that like 20 people with like muscle cars just show up and like start doing donuts in front of it.
like
That's
Mustangs.
essentially like what the video looked like.
Yeah, that's what it was. And there's like people like riding around like on the windows and stuff. It was crazy. Yeah, yeah,
Man.
you're right. Fast and the Furious. Like it's true that does happen. They just did like a street takeover. The cops couldn't even get there. It was yeah.
So, hypothetical question for both of you, related to this story. Not that you would ever do this, obviously, but let's say that you were one of these street racer punks, and like, if you get caught by the police, like, you are dead. You know, if you don't get away right now, you will get killed. Do you think you could get away? Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, like, how would you rate your escape, like, super spy driving skills?
Dude, I could do it.
So you're
I
just
could
going
do
with
it.
a 10 right off the bat?
Yep, I could do it. I'd be like, buckle in, things are gonna get bumpy.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
are you being serious? Like, you really think you would put a 10 on it?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to get away and I felt like this was basically like my best option in my life, was like I had to burn the police and fucking get out of there, I think I could do it. And especially in like a massive city like Chicago, like you can't even chase me with a helicopter because like there's too many buildings in the way. And like half the streets are underground.
That's true.
Yeah. Plus, I played Grand Theft
I
Auto so
wonder.
many times, like
I
all you have to do
wonder.
is like, park, run out, and hide in an alley, and you're good.
I wonder how many people are sitting in the Cook County jail right now who thought the exact same thing that you thought.
Yep. Wait, John, so what number would you give?
um, like, are we talking like for real in Chicago or just in general?
Just in general.
Dude, if it was
But
I
Milwaukee,
would.
I would rate
give
myself a
yourself,
20.
yeah, home
I,
field advantage.
yeah. Um. Well, my home field is like basically Little Falls, which means I'm getting caught instantly. But yeah, I would give myself like
Yeah.
a 6, maybe. Like I think I could outdrive cops, but I don't think with all the things they have at their disposal that I'd be able to get away.
Okay.
Dude, in
Yeah.
Milwaukee, that 6 would be like an 8. Like you get an extra 2 points in Milwaukee. Like the
Yeah, I
cops
think
don't catch anyone here.
yeah, I think I give myself an 8.5, like maybe a 9, depending. If it's the winter, I think I might give myself a 9.
Dude, would you be pulling that e-brake like Tokyo drifting, like past the corner, and they all just like go past you, like flipping around and stuff?
There's no way you all be able to get away from the police. There's just no chance. There's no
If
chance.
I had a muscle car, like he said,
No, of course not.
and like this, I was a street racer punk. Like I feel like I'm good at driving already, and like that's my like persona now. Like yeah, I would be able to get away, especially in Milwaukee. Like if
Yeah.
you know like that
Yep.
the local city police department and how they usually do with things, you can usually like use that to your advantage. And here in Milwaukee, like if you run like fast enough, they won't even try. Like there's like meh, it's really not worth it, and they just give
Yeah.
up. Like
Yeah.
that's a normal thing.
If you get pulled over in Milwaukee, like you could like stop and then like get pulled over, and then as soon as you both stop and they get out of like the car, you could just drive away and you're free.
And he would probably give up like right there.
And you just be like, oh, he
He'd
got
be like,
away.
he's like 10:44. We got a runner. Like, did you follow him? No.
Yeah.
Okay, well now
No.
he's gone. Like,
This is not legal advice, by the way. I'm totally kidding.
oh
Yeah.
man.
I always wonder when people say that in videos, like if they really feel that that will save them. Like if they're like, listen, I'm not gonna recommend that you buy this shit from me, but listen, I'm making a lot of money, and you could too. Like if you just throw on there not financial advice, like does that work?
Yeah,
This is
it
not
does.
financial advice.
Yes.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
like, from what I understand, I watched like a Legal Eagle video about this, and apparently, like, none of us have to ever worry about that because only someone who pays you for financial advice is legally bound by any of those things in like
Well, so a lot
most
of
of the
those people
states.
also sell courses though. So like technically could that count?
I mean, like, maybe if the same people who are watching your courses on YouTube, then watch the video you posted on YouTube or something like that. And maybe that can be conceived as like, okay, like the platform is the same, like the the content is the same. Like you've never stopped like being like their professional financial advisor. So maybe like those people, yeah, if you're making money off of your advice, then yeah, you probably have to say it. But we're not making money here.
Right.
And definitely not off our advice. Like this is not a financial advice podcast. This is just the thoughts of three dudes
Yeah.
All right. I can't wait to
on a
get sued.
Monday. No, don't
But
worry, man. I made the statement.
even if we're not making money, if like someone listened to this and then like they got a dumb idea and then they died, and then let's say their next of kin found out that they listened to this and decided that they're gonna do it, they could like sue us for something.
I mean, you could sue anyone for anything, but would
Right.
they win? Do you think?
No, because we said this is not legal advice.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Refer to the It's
Okay.
Basically Monday podcast, episode 9, at approximately.
Well, now I
10:09.
now I know to put in the descriptions of the videos. I'll just put this is
Not
not
legal advice.
advice. Yeah, I'll just yeah, just
This
for
is
every
not
single video.
financial advice.
This is not legal, financial, or any other type of advice.
Yes, this is satire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's the
Yeah,
one.
I'll
You
just put
put
the
that in
word
everything.
satire in just big bold letters.
Satire, free use. Now we're safe from everything.
Yeah,
No one can
Yeah.
come after
Yeah,
us.
free use satire. You have
yeah,
to
you
say
can
those
say
words over and
anything.
over again.
Oh man. But so so if one of these guys like tried to get away and they ended up having like a horrific crash and they died, that would obviously be like the worst injury that they've ever had. So, which is actually our second topic today, talking about the worst injuries that we've ever had. And I'm really curious about this because I don't think I actually know for you two. And I don't know. We're all getting older here, and I feel like
We old.
most of the time, like you have catastrophic injuries when you're really young and really old. So we should be pretty safe for like a good chunk here. So
That's true,
this
yeah.
this is the time to talk about it. So yeah, does anyone wanna start?
Um, I mean, like, have you done anything like crazy, John?
Um, so I mean, I've had an injury, but like I've had injuries, but like I couldn't tell you why they happened. So like, yeah, I guess I'll just go first. My worst injury I would say was probably my shoulder, and uh, like I basically tore my labrum. So like for those of you who don't know, your labrum's just like attached to your bone, I'm pretty sure, somewhere in your shoulder, and it basically like helps your like delt muscles support any like pushing or overhead movement. So like if you think about any time you, I don't know, just like hold something over your head, like that's going to involve that in some way. But basically that part on my left shoulder is just completely like torn off. And I just had it for like for like several years. I didn't even know that it was wrong. I just thought I just had fucked my shoulder up at some point, but I actually got it like checked out in 2020 because in 2020 no one was doing anything but sitting at home. So I was like, I should probably go to the doctor. And yeah, they did an MRI and found out it was torn, and I actually had to have surgery for that.
But,
So
like I don't understand. So it's just like one day you're like my arm hurts, or like
no, it's
just
hurt.
one day
No,
you
it
just
did.
started realizing it had been hurting, or
No,
like
it had been hurting for years, but I'm pretty stubborn when it comes. I'm just starting to like change my thought process around the doctor. Like I think it's a good thing to go to the doctor and like if you have pain to go, but like I always thought to myself it's not bad enough for me to really go. Like I that's what I kept telling myself, and it wasn't bad enough to like spend the money on going. But like we got to a point where like we had insurance and like there was no real reason for me not to go. I like had the time. Danielle was pregnant at the time too, so like I also didn't want like it was consistently kind of getting worse like each month. Like I feel like just because I was getting older and I got back into working out again. So yeah, it had been hurting like just annoyance pain for like the last 4 or 5 years. And then this like in 2020 was when I first was like, all right, it's getting to a point now where like it's extremely uncomfortable. Like I would wake up and it would be hurting. So yeah, like it was just slow process of just like whittling me down to the point where I was like, all right, it's actually bad enough to go. And I think because I waited so long, just sort of hoping it would get better, it also like became worse over time. So yeah, apparently tearing your labrum is something that like most people do in their lifetime. Like everyone has some degree of tear, but like not to the point where it should be impacting you lifting things.
So, do you have any theories on how that happened?
Yeah, like in 2015, that was like when I first started getting like super deep into working out. Like I was like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna like put some weight on and get some muscle, and yeah, I think there was probably some times where I was doing exercises and didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So I probably did then. Like if I have to guess, that's what I would assume.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
was that the first time you had like a surgery?
Yeah, I technically, I mean, they consider like having your wisdom teeth removed a surgery too, but so
Hmm.
I did have that, but like that was the other thing. That was the only thing that I had that wasn't like mouth related.
What was that like?
The surgery,
Yeah.
it was the surgery itself wasn't anything like wasn't a big thing. Like for surgeries like that, you have to be knocked out. So you literally go in, you get prepped. You remember more about the prep than you do about the actual surgery because like you're just knocked out. So like you take all this time prepping. I sat in a room for like an hour. Um, like you had to get a COVID test before that, obviously, and like you talk to a person who's like whoever the uh, anesthesiologist is, like whoever put you to sleep, like that person came in and talked to me and was like, yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing. This is like the cocktail I'm going to be giving you. And I was like, okay, great. And then they're like, we're going to take you into the surgery room and then we're going to knock you out. Like, and then we're going to make sure that you're knocked out and then we're going to start. And but like the anesthesiologist person had already like started giving me drugs. So like I never even made it to like awake to the next room. Like I remember me being on a bed, him talking to me, and then I blinked and I was like back in the checkout, like back in the room I was waiting in. Like that's
That's
how
crazy.
instant it is. Like at least for me. Like I don't remember anything from the actual
And you
and
surgery.
then
couldn't
your kidney
like
was
feel
gone.
anything? Like you still felt the same?
Yeah, I felt well like when you wake up from surgery, you're really groggy. But other than that, yeah, it basically like you usually feel a little bit better because they have you on a lot of painkillers. So like they actually sent me home with like a ball of medicine and like this stuff was basically being injected just on a timer consistently like into my
Into your
shoulder.
veins.
Yeah, like into my shoulder. Like I had like one of those very thin like ropey type needles in my shoulder too. And like so
Oh my
I had to
God.
like take that home and just walk around with that ball of medicine for 3 days. And like you can't shower or anything during that time. Like you just have to let it sit there and pump medicine into you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so
Damn.
that was kind of weird, but like other than that, I would say I had a super easy surgery and recovery, honestly. Like, I feel like I bounced back pretty fast. Like, I think I remember telling you guys, like, for some reason here, like, every 10 seconds, and it just could be that they're used to dealing with older clientele, but they're, like, always asking me, like that whole year, they're just like, hey, how you doing on medication? You need any more? Are you good? You good? Do you want some more
Yeah.
pills? And I was just like, I'm fine. Like I didn't even finish the bottle you gave me. Like they're like, all right, but if you need them, don't be afraid to take them. And if you need more, just just ask. I was like,
Oh
yeah, all right.
no.
I was just like, okay. Like, so that was kind of weird. It was almost like they were trying to get me hooked on drugs, but
And they're like Percocets. Reminder Percocet.
yeah, that's how
Yeah.
I felt. No, for
This is
sure.
not medical advice.
Yeah, this is not medical advice either. Yeah, yeah, but it was really good for me anyway. Like I felt like other than just the general getting used to like because like I spent 5 years of like my front delt muscles on the left side just not firing at all because of the fact that I just wasn't using them because the labrum wasn't connected. So like that was a whole experience of like, oh, I have muscle there now. Like I have to actually use it again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that wild to think that like a part of your body can just be like 100% broken? It's just like, all right, we'll
Yeah.
make do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, your body's just like, okay, I guess we're shutting down that wing.
Yeah.
They just turned the power off to that whole section. They're like, they don't even care.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, no one works there anymore. It's just an abandoned lot.
Yeah, yeah, like inside your body, it just acts as a boarded up like old factory.
Yeah. Man, well that's so then you would say it was 100% a good decision and your life has been improved.
Absolutely. Yeah, I went from like a 7, 8 to 8 on the pain scale every morning in my shoulder to maybe like a point 0.5 or 1 on bad days. Like it's
Oh,
night and day. Yeah, absolutely. It was the right
that's
decision
good.
for me. So, yeah.
Wow. Results not typical. This is not medical advice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yours will fail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some patients have died.
It's oh my God. It's not funny, but like they have to put that because
Yeah,
like
they do.
chances are like percentage wise like someone did
Yeah,
like
no, for real. You
yeah.
know,
Like
you know what
worse.
bothers me about those? They say the guy who says all that stuff, he says it in the same tone that he told me about the wonderful medication with. Like he doesn't turn grim. He just seems just as happy to tell me about the people who died trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I know this is all a simulation. That's an
Yeah.
NPC
Yeah,
if
he's an
I've ever met
NPC.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He is an NPC. That's hilarious. I actually think that now.
That's hilarious.
That's because it's the truth.
Yep.
But I mean, this is
But this
not
is not.
life advice.
Yeah.
Actually, this is kind of is. So
Yeah. Oh God.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
but yeah,
life court.
yeah,
We're gonna get taken to life court.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
no.
Ah. Yeah, but
No,
that
All
was
right.
that
Well,
was mine. Who? What about you guys?
I don't. I've
uh
never been to the hospital. I feel like I don't really have any good injuries.
Wait, time out.
like
He said
I've
he's
never been there.
he
I,
Like
said
holy
he's
shit.
never been to the
Oh, it's funny.
hospital.
no, like I've only visited other people at the hospital.
Wait, no, there's no way. Like,
Like the day I was born was the only time I've ever been there.
there's no
Oh
chance.
wait. So you're
That's
being
not
serious.
No, he's not
What
I'm
serious.
about like for like
100%
a
serious.
No,
physical or something?
he had to have to get to
So
school.
No,
you're
just a
not like
doctor's office.
What?
okay, all right. So you've never had a
Yeah,
Oh,
procedure.
okay. Yeah, technically that's
right.
true. Okay, that's
Okay.
technically true.
Like I've only had someone who's apparently qualified just like look at me externally and be like, "Yeah, looks good to me," and like that's about it.
Okay, well, it's not really like what's this like last surgery you had. It's like the worst injury. So you wouldn't have had to go to the hospital for an injury.
That's true. That's true. It could
So
have just
like
been a
what's the
really bad
worst you've
ankle
like
sprain.
hurt yourself?
Yeah, like I think an ankle sprain has been the worst. But like I feel like there are top two times I guess that like I would say that like really hurt when I got injured, but like the lasting effects were like basically nothing. And that was like the sledding accident, like where like I got ran over, like my head
Oh
got ran over
yeah.
like the back of my neck. But like that wasn't really that bad. Like I'm pretty sure like didn't I keep sledding after that? Like
Yeah, that wasn't wise of us to do.
yeah, yeah, like I was fine. Like literally, like
No,
that
I'm
could
not
have
sure
like
it was
injured my neck and spine for sure. Like that
so
could have been so much worse. But like at the end of the day, I was fine, and like I have no lasting injuries.
so you're a
And then
cyborg.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm just careful. I feel like, but like also, uh, well, no, I guess I'm not that careful because my other injury is when I fell off my bike trying to ride with no hands. I hit this crack in the road and my bike tire just like completely T-boned and I went like basically like not face first. I blocked it with my hands, but then like yeah, I like rolled on the cement and shit and like kind of like hit the back of my head. So I was like I was like seeing stars for like a couple of minutes.
So you definitely
And
had multiple concussions that you just haven't gone to the doctor for.
and and my wrist was definitely sprained after that. But I mean, like that was yeah, was that a concussion? I don't know. I felt fine. Like I went home and like everything was fine. Like after like 15 minutes, I was just my wrist hurt.
Okay. Man, man. That's great. But wait, so
He's not
like
he's
I
not
can think
human.
of I can
He's
think
not
of
human.
like one other one, but I'm not like trying to like put you on blast
No,
or
go
anything.
ahead. Like, what is it?
So, do
Oh
like
yeah.
drunk injuries count?
Oh
Oh.
yeah, when I hit my head,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, that one did hurt quite a bit, but I was drunk, so like it didn't hurt nearly as much. Like honestly, it probably hurt like the next couple of days more than it did that day. Like
Yeah.
I remember, I was like, haha, like I barely even noticed, and you guys were like, wait, dude, what the fuck? Like half of my head was like half my skin
Yeah.
like on my
You
hair
should
was
have
like
went to the,
hair.
well,
Oh.
actually,
Oh wait,
yeah.
was I there? I wasn't there for
I
that, was
think
I?
so, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay, yes. I was gonna say, like, I feel like I remember you having a head injury and you were just like
Yeah.
you were just like
Yeah.
pushing your skin back in place and you were just like, yeah, it's
Oh my
fine. You were
god.
like, it's fine.
Yeah,
It was
nah,
not
man.
fine. No, it was
No,
My
not
it
skin
fine.
wasn't
was like
fine.
hanging off my head. And
Oh
I was
my
like,
Yeah.
oh,
god.
Yeah,
and I was talking
that's
to
how I
him.
know you've definitely had at least a concussion before because if that's how you act when you're drunk, like I feel like when you're drunk, you're probably more likely to like freak out about like something that's wrong with you. And you literally went the opposite way. You're just like, "No, it's fine." So like
Oh man, it's fine. This is like I'll just press it back down, put it
yeah,
back in its spot.
you literally said to me that I just need a band-aid to keep the skin down. I was just like, "Wait, what are you talking about?"
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
crazy.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh
being
my
drunk,
I'm
man.
so
That's
god.
glad that you brought that up because I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
me too.
horrifying. Yeah, that, yeah.
I was
That was a
so
hospital
wasted.
situation.
Yeah,
It
you
wasn't
should yeah,
even
you
like we were that far. We could have walked
no,
there.
yeah, you definitely should have went to the hospital.
We walked past the hospital on the way to the bars that night.
Yep.
Oh,
See,
man.
just like I told you guys, those dumb summer decisions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
who
what's
needs
gonna get
summer?
ya.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah, I
hilarious.
feel like that's way worse than falling off your bike, even though that's pretty bad too.
Yeah, I guess like if I was sober, that would have hurt for sure worse than falling on my bike and probably the neck injury. But like I was so drunk, like I only felt it the next day. And then I was like, oh, it kind of hurts, I guess. But then it was just like practically already almost like scabbed over. Yeah, and then it just took like a week to heal, and then that was it. But yeah, that I remember like just hitting my head and be like, "Holy shit!" Like, wow, that hurt. And then I just like got up and like there was like was there like blood like dripping down my
Yes.
head? Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
like
there
it was
definitely
fine.
was.
And you're
Yeah.
like, no, like look at your like you guys
Yeah.
like put me in the bathroom and I looked in the mirror. I was like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
it
it's
yeah.
actually, the more I think about it, the worse
Yep.
the injury sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
It
so
was
Probably could have
bad.
gotten stitches or something.
You definitely should have gotten stitches.
But
that's
like
not
I didn't get
oh.
stitches and now I don't even have a scar there as far as I know. Like
Wait, you did get stitched there?
no, I don't.
Oh,
I
you
didn't get
didn't.
stitched there.
Oh, okay. Damn.
And
Yeah.
like it's-
So you are a cyborg then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. You have that Terminator like skeleton for
Yeah.
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see it.
No wonder you weren't panicking because you knew it was just part of the exoskeleton. You're just like, ah, it's no big deal. Like,
I was like, there aren't even nerve sensors installed right there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You were just like, I can't even feel it, guys. Don't even worry about it.
Oh
He's like, it's fine. I can't tell you why, but trust me, it's fine.
man.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
I feel privileged to know a superhero
Yeah, that's
before
crazy.
like the word gets out that they actually exist.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Maybe it's real.
Yeah,
I'll test it.
they're gonna dig you up in 32, 30, 32, 32, or 30. What is
No,
it? 30,
yeah,
22,
No,
22,
20.
22.
Yeah, 22,
or
22. Yeah.
22, 22. Yeah, they're gonna dig you up after hearing this, and you're still gonna be alive.
Yeah, they're like, we found it. The DNA of the legend.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't anything crazy. This is just a normal dude. He was just especially stupid. No,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
that was one of like the craziest things I've ever seen in person, like injury wise. So that's
Yeah.
the only reason
okay,
why I brought it up.
your turn then. What's yours?
Well, I would say I don't remember this at all, and this happened when I was like 2 years old, I think, or so I was told.
Okay, yeah,
But
I remember this.
um, the top like portion of my right middle finger got severed in like a door like hinge, like a door jam. Um, so I guess I was like playing with like my cousins in our like little sunroom that we had in our first house in Milwaukee. And I guess somehow my hand was like in that little part, like when you know when you close the door and they have like the
Yeah,
hinges,
it
and there's
just
like that,
chopped right off.
yeah,
Oh
that
my
opening, like
god.
somehow my hand was in there, and like one of my other cousins like was like messing around and slammed the door.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
You
god.
and
chopped your
like
finger off,
yeah,
Wait.
and as like a toddler basically, there's like nothing there to resist. Even as an adult, you'd be fucked. I'm pretty sure.
basically.
So, yeah, it just like got completely severed.
Oh,
Um, and it was just like I guess I was like hysterical as you would imagine. And then like all the
yeah.
adults like came running in, and then like they found the finger and they had to like put it in ice, and they like took me to the hospital, and they like sewed it back on and all that jazz.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah. So
So
to
there
this
was
So
a
what if
day,
it
there was a
got
t-
chopped off and
yeah.
then reattached?
Yeah, what?
Luckily,
How?
you could afford to reattach.
Yeah,
But
how have I
like,
yeah.
never heard this story before? That's crazy.
No, you've heard it. I tell pretty much all the people I care about.
Oh,
yeah,
maybe
he's
I don't
like,
remember
hi,
So
then. Yeah, I was like,
like
yeah,
my
that's
name is, my
that.
name's
but
Kate
it's like
Sponge. I
obviously I'm
chopped
not.
off my middle finger.
Yeah, obviously I'm not gonna be like, hey, like look at this.
Your
So
your finger was on the ground without you.
You were
yeah,
hysterical. Yeah, I could
yeah,
imagine. Like,
yeah. So that happened to me. But like I said, I remember none of it. Nothing. Not 1 millisecond.
See, like now, all I can imagine is like my daughter getting her fingers caught in a fucking door.
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry about
watch out for doors. Keep her
God,
away from crazy cousins.
God
Does she have
damn
any
it.
of those?
Yeah, I'm sure she has plenty, but she's probably never gonna see them again.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Less liability.
yeah. Do they even actually have anything that can protect babies or like young ones
Yeah,
or toddlers from that specific area
that specific area.
of the door? Like, is there anything
Oh,
that makes
I don't know.
like hinge safe? Don't steal this business idea. We're gonna do it like, uh,
Yeah,
but
this has been copyrighted by
yeah,
us.
but yeah, if they don't have that, they should really like do something about it, cause I'm proof it happens, and yeah, not fun. Uh,
Interesting. Yeah,
or
that
That's
what
sounds
I
like a
imagine was
nightmare.
not fun.
that's nuts.
Yeah. So to this day, like it doesn't look normal. It's like, yeah, like my whole hand is like there, and like the finger is like attached and everything. But like the very like tip of it is like there's not an adult nail there. It's like forever like trapped in like infant
Oh,
form.
holy
It
shit.
sounds crazy, right? But like half the
There's
time, not even more than like 95% of the time, I never think about it.
Can you
that's
feel like
so
when you touch like
crazy.
the tip of your finger right there?
That's
Wait, what?
nuts.
Yeah, I mean it's like
Yeah,
alive. Like the skin has been regenerating. Like there's like blood
yeah,
like that flows there still.
yeah.
It's just like the nail has never grown back like right.
Right. Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is pretty
He
wild.
Yeah.
really,
Imagine
yeah.
you had a finger with like no nail, like it was just skin there instead.
I mean, there are some people who have that, like who get their
Yeah.
complete nail removed. But yeah, I can't
Yeah.
imagine that. I can't imagine that, especially after having it severed. Like that's the craziest part. Like it's back on you, but like it's a stranger now.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That is kind of crazy.
It broke the link with the rest of your body, and then it just came back as if nothing
Yeah, but
happened.
it's still here. Huh.
Yeah, that's
And your
Yeah.
crazy.
body accepted it. So it's
Yeah,
like, oh, good
yeah.
to have
Your
you back.
body, yeah, your body took it back.
Yeah.
They're
Actually,
like
I
one of
should be
us.
more thankful to those doctors.
Yeah, that's
Because that's
crazy.
kind of that's kind of wild.
That's
I'm
actually
assuming there's a
nuts.
lot of arteries and stuff in here, or like nerves. Because I can still feel like, yeah, I can still feel all of it. So yeah, yep,
Wow.
yeah. So that happened to me. Uh,
My God.
yep.
That was a
Yeah.
good one.
So if you have kids, yeah, watch out for that. Uh, not to like scare anyone out there or anything like that. Um,
I'm
But
scared.
speaking of kids, we might as well move on to our last topic because we're getting close to an hour here. And here's another, not a hypothetical question, but just a question out of left field, is could you have sex with someone you didn't like, and why?
Yeah,
And
just turn them around.
Yeah.
no,
Wait.
God. So
So,
can you
yeah,
explain like
yeah,
the
yeah.
reasoning behind this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will. That's exactly what I was about to do. And then he said that fucking
All right.
bullshit.
Yeah.
God. Okay. So I was watching something on YouTube, and basically, a woman, and a man were having a conversation on this woman's podcast, and basically her podcast is geared around like giving women more insight into like how men think. I think that's a like what the point of it is. But basically she asked him like, do men have sex with women that they don't like? And he immediately was like, yeah, absolutely. Like he said it so like nonchalantly, like of course they do. So that made me think like I definitely think it's easier for guys to do that, but like could you see yourself doing that? And like also this is kind of a two-part question. Like was there, if the answer is no, right, that you couldn't do that, was there ever a time in your life where you feel like that could have been, the answer could have been yes? Because like I feel like for me personally, I'll just go first. I feel like there's there was a point in my life where I definitely could have had sex with someone I didn't like for sure. And I don't know. I think I just viewed sex differently then. Like I don't know, it's a little bit, it's much more of an intimacy thing in my mind now. Like obviously it's still sex, but I feel like I just think about sex as a whole differently after like having a wife and everything. Maybe that's what it is, but yeah. So I would say yeah,
Yeah.
my answer used to be yes, but now it's like I can't even imagine.
I would say, like, could I? Yes. Would I? No.
Sure.
So if it's
Yeah,
like
it's
left
yeah,
up to
yeah,
me, I'm
it's
not going
But
to.
if it was your duty to save the planet, there's like all
yeah,
you have to
right.
do
Yeah,
is
Yeah.
fuck
yeah.
this girl and everyone
Right.
will be saved. You'd be like, all right.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Then I'll. Then I guess I'll do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I think I like yeah, physically could I? Sure, I mean, I'm sure I could, but like I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. If it's up to me, like, no, I need to. I need to know the person isn't evil. And maybe that's like a step too far, but that's my bar. Like I need to
Yeah.
know that
No,
you're not
that's
evil.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't married, I would do it.
It's like- yeah, you already say it's like, yeah, what's the problem? You just turn around. It's like,
Yeah,
what the
he's
fuck?
like just turn
Yeah,
her around. Like, who
like I don't really
cares?
like talking during sex anyways, so it's like don't say anything and like we're good.
Just shut up.
No, dude, like, nah. But
Girl,
like,
you talk too
imagine this
much.
person is like a serial
Shut up.
killer. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to have sex with a serial killer, but like if I had the chance, if I was single and like I had the chance to have sex with like, I don't know, like Khloe Kardashian or something. Like I don't like her in any way. I'm sure we have nothing in common. But like if if we did for some reason like get into the opportunity where we would have sex and all it came down to was my decision whether I could go through with it or not, yeah, I could definitely do it. Like if they're hot enough for sure. Or if like I had to save the world, then yeah, definitely
Yeah,
for
we'll
sure.
save the world. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't know. I would have a hard time with Khloe Kardashian.
Yeah, that's
I would
no.
have a hard time with her.
Like, yeah, I
Valera's
just
like, I will take it for the team, man. No worries. Power through for everyone. I keep forgetting that you're not a real person, that you're a cyborg. So of
I'm a
course,
cyborg. I have no feelings.
yeah,
yeah, I'm here to ensure the future of humanity by any means necessary.
yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, no, I've still like yeah, sex has never been like that big of a deal to me. Like, not really. Like, yeah, no.
I just I don't know. I just feel like my life it's all a game and like every decision I make is like one I can't go back on and like I want to make sure I end with like as many achievement points as possible and I don't want to like end up getting killed by some asshole like that's hacking and
Oh,
cheating. And
okay.
that's how I feel if I were to like sleep with a not good person.
Here's a question then. What if you like your goal was to give them bad sex?
No, no. No.
Yeah,
That
like, what if your goal was just to not do anything that they actually liked, and they're just like, man, that totally sucked, and then it's like good because they're a bad person.
Like,
no,
couldn't you
because
just
then
leave
they
them
would
alone and
have
have the same like outcome there? Like,
yeah. Then they would have like that portion of time from me. Like they would have like my physical being as like part of their like life experience, and they don't deserve that at all. Like not even that.
They don't deserve not even that. Like, what if it was just like, yeah, I can't really come up with actually a good opportunity where like someone would like actually consider doing that. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's true. Like, I guess if I knew already for sure that I didn't like the person, and like for some reason they really wanted to have sex with me, and then I was just like, sure, whatever. I guess I'm bored, like, so I'll do it. And like that's all we had to do is just have sex, and it's like that was it. Then like I guess yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Unless like they were really like if they're like a Nazi, then like yeah, I guess I don't want to do that or like
Okay, we
something
gotta figure out
bad.
a way for you to say no. Uh, so let's pretend this is like some kind of crazy movie, and like your family is being held hostage because everyone else found out that you are a Terminator cyborg that has like the special DNA. And now this guy has his wife and he needs you to like impregnate her.
My God.
And in vitro is not gonna work. Like it has to be like the real way. And if you don't do it, like your family is dead.
Like, what kind of situation is this? Then I would for sure like be able to do it. Like I honestly like I'd have to like calm down and like obviously like get to the point where I'm not freaking out that my family's being kidnapped currently. But like once I like mentally could like make myself understand that all I have to do to save my family is to have sex with this person. That's not, like, yeah, I could get myself in the mind frame and do it. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
God.
that was already your answer. You
But
were
that
saying
was
yes the
already
whole
your
time.
answer. You said if you had to save the world, then you would do it. It's like would it be the same if it was like yeah, like your family or everyone you cared about was being held hostage? That's all you had to do.
Can
Like
I
who do
wear
you know? Like
protection?
it's not with protection. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Actually, no, they wouldn't let you because they want you to
Right,
be
that's right.
impregnated. Yeah. Oh, dude, that would be a disaster. Could you imagine having a kid with someone you hate?
No.
You're
Oh
just the
man.
donor. That's not you're like no, that does not even count. Like I am not the father.
Yeah.
Like no.
Oh
God,
man.
what a terrible thing that would be.
Yeah, but I mean, there are people that's like specifically how they get off. Like they need to hate that person in order to like do the deed, which is
Wait, what?
That's
fascinating.
crazy.
Yeah. And I mean,
That's
that happens in normal relationships, isn't it? Isn't that why they invented the term hate fucking?
I don't think that's like a normal relationship thing.
yeah, I
Like
don't think
that's like
that's
No,
a
it's
a
not.
toxic relationship thing,
yeah, that doesn't
Right.
sound
And
right.
they like,
which is
yeah,
pretty
people
normal.
get off on
So yeah,
that.
you're right. Yeah, actually no, that is a normal relationship thing. Like it's not a good relationship thing, but it is very common.
They're like, oh God, you're so bad for me, but oh, we're gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, seriously, yikes, that's that summer shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, summer
have
shit.
I wait, so I have you guys have never hate fucked someone?
No, never.
Oh, John's done it.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. I wanted to tell that. I wanted to tell that lie so badly, but like I had already
Yep.
hesitated too much because the
Yeah.
moment you said it, I could picture it. I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah, we're live, baby.
Yeah.
Aha! There you go.
Yeah, what a mess.
Yep.
Just,
I've
ugh.
had
This is
makeup
what you
sex, which
wanted.
is very similar. Like it's almost the same thing, isn't it? Like you're still
No,
basically mad at the person. Like, did
no,
anything really even
because
get
deep
resolved? You're
down,
just suddenly having sex now. Like,
no, deep down you want like closure. That's not hate.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
talking about hate.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
it's like, well, you're like, well, okay, if we're talking about hate, do you do that? And you're like, yeah, that still checks the box.
Yeah, that
Damn,
kind of
dude.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
well, sorry you had to go through that. Maybe it
Uh,
was
Oh,
great. Was it good?
no.
It wasn't good. All right,
of
so
course
you would
not.
not
No.
recommend.
No, I don't.
Okay, all right, fair.
But again, I think that like some people are just wired to like be okay with it. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't good for you because you're a good person.
Yeah. Yeah, can I say something in my own defense? Like I feel like I just got ousted so
Never
fast.
ending it there,
Yeah,
guys.
because we're about
Good
to end in like
night.
2 minutes.
No, just kidding.
So make your case.
Yeah.
John's
Yeah.
a freak, everyone.
y-
No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah, well, that was kind of what I was gonna say. So like, I don't think I found myself in those positions like on purpose. It wasn't like, yeah, you know what the right decision is right now. So a good hate fuck. Yeah, that's what we both need. That's what I need. Fuck you. I don't care. Like that's not what happened. Like I just think it just sort of happened kind of naturally, and I just feel like when people say that, like to Guda's point, it's like a hate, but really you want things to be better or closure type deal. It's not like you actually hate them. Like I don't even know if I actually hate you if I could like consistently enough deal with you to even get
Right.
you to fuck me. Like I don't know if I even had that in me. So I don't think I've ever done that. But like just the normal like hate slash closure fuck, yeah. Yeah, sure. But no, I would not recommend it.
Yeah, not
That's
recommended.
hilarious.
Not
Another
recommended.
another disclaimer from It's Basically Monday.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not legitimate advice.
Don't do any of this. And don't do the opposite of it either. Just sit here and consume the content. And maybe not even that, because I just told you to. This is not advice.
Yeah, only hate fuck, never hate fuck. Do it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. Do everything and nothing.
Oh man.
All right, well, I think that just about does it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there
Our
you
first
go.
live episode.
First live episode. I hope you guys liked it. I think obviously we're gonna keep doing it this way because yeah, it's easy and it'll just post
Haha.
immediately.
Yeah, it's
So
already uploaded.
Haha. Haha.
yeah. So yeah. Thanks guys for coming to another good episode, and we'll see you guys next time.
Don't hate fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.